I'll never forget when I was in the final 2 weeks of my career, making the rounds to say goodbye to colleagues and thank those who had been part of my journey. During one of those conversations, I sat down with an investment research analyst who specialized in writing about retiring early. Ironically, he hadn't done it himself yet, but he gave advice about it daily. As we wrapped up our conversation, he looked at me, a bit shocked, and said, "Really? You?" He couldn't believe I was retiring. I told him my story, the long hours, the calculated risks, the sacrifices, and the quiet decisions that led me to this point. His response? "You're stealth wealth." I'd never heard the term before. But when he explained it, everything clicked. Stealth wealth is living below your means, avoiding flashy displays of money, and flying under the radar, all while quietly building financial freedom. It's not just a strategy. Stealth wealth is a mindset. And honestly, it's one of the reasons I was able to retire early in the first place. Check out the full details by visiting the link in the description. What is stealth wealth? Stealth wealth is the idea of keeping your wealth hidden from plain view. You don't flaunt your money, you don't show off the latest luxury purchases, and you certainly don't talk about how much you're worth. It's about living modestly, even when you have the means to live more extravagantly. If you want to build and keep wealth, it's one of the most effective strategies out there. For me, stealth wealth was a calculated move from the beginning. I read The Millionaire Next Door and was inspired by what millionaires have in common. It was just how I lived. I didn't feel the need to broadcast every financial success. I made money quietly, invested wisely, and chose not to let anyone know about it. But as I grew more financially independent, I realized how powerful this approach was. The power of expectations, or lack thereof. One of the biggest benefits of stealth wealth is that you don't have to deal with changing expectations. People treat you differently when they know you have money. Wealth can bring more than just financial burdens. It can change how others see you, and not always for the better. A recent example sticks out in my mind. I was hanging out with a friend when he asked if I wanted to head to a bar for a beer. Now, I could have easily gone with him, but I chose to say, "No, I can't afford it. Let's just sit on my porch." This might sound like a small thing, but it's more complex than just declining an invitation. If you keep saying no, friends stop asking. But when you frame it as a financial decision, it feels more reasonable. The beauty of stealth wealth is that it gives you an out, a reason that others can understand, without burdening them with the truth about your finances. Because sometimes, honesty about wealth can complicate friendships more than it simplifies them. Plus, many times your friend doesn't want to spend money either. You're actually giving them an out. Before we continue with the video, take a quick moment to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. And don't forget to ring the bell for notifications so you never miss out on our latest updates. Plus, we've got some helpful resources in the description. Check them out and share your comments after you're done watching. When luxury turns into a burden, I learned early on that even small symbols of wealth can change how people perceive you. Take cars, for example. Back in 2002, I bought a Lexus on eBay for $5,000, a steal for what it was. I wasn't trying to show off. I just saw an opportunity to flip it and make a little profit. But I found people treated me differently, especially when they saw the Lexus key. Suddenly, there were assumptions about my lifestyle that didn't match reality. The solution? I actually searched for Toyota emblems to replace the Lexus ones. The car wasn't a status symbol to me. It was an investment. I eventually sold it for more than I paid for it, which was the plan all along. But that experience stuck with me. Even something as simple as the logo on a keychain can shift how people interact with you. Why stealth wealth works. Here's the bottom line. If you want to keep your wealth, don't make it obvious that you have it. Stealth wealth helps protect your financial freedom because it minimizes the expectations placed on you. If people think you're living paycheck to paycheck, they're less likely to ask for favors, push you into spending money, or treat you like a walking ATM. Living this way also keeps your mind clear. You don't have to worry about keeping up with appearances or managing other people's perceptions. It's liberating in a way that flashy displays of wealth will never be. The next time someone tells you to show off your success, ask yourself, who are you really trying to impress? You might find that the person you most need to convince is yourself. The best way to do that is to quietly, steadily, and stealthily build a life of financial independence. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget the link in the description.